Hello my students, I am Shantanu. Welcome back to my channel again. Today in this video, I will discuss some more important error correction based on pronouns for the upcoming SSC CGL exam. So kindly keep watching my videos, subscribe to my channel and also press the notification bell icon for more videos. Before starting the class, I should say that if you have any queries regarding any part of this class, or you are unable to understand anything of this class, you can make your comments in the comments box. I will certainly give replies. So here I would like to start my class. Now kindly keep watching my videos regularly. Here I am going to start my class. Have a close glance over the board. Now look at the first question. Those two companies always help one another. Now be careful about one thing. Those is a kind of pronoun, particularly it is called the demonstrative pronoun. That means demonstrates something. Two companies, you can say this is the subject, always called the adverb. Now whenever two persons are there, whenever two things or objects or persons are there, instead of one another, we should always use each other. Now if I just go through the sentence, those, it's a demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronoun. There is no question, there is no doubt about that. Whenever two things are there, two things or person, etc. are there, each other should be used. In case of one another, more than two things or more than two persons, more than two things or persons, one another should be used. So here the mistake lies here. This means one another should not be used. Here is the mistake. Instead of each other should be used. It is called the demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronoun. Okay. So this kind of mistake can be given in the exam. This is actually called the adverb. It's actually called the adverb. So be careful whenever two things or two persons are there, instead of one another, we should always use each other. Now if I just go for the next question, she availed of the opportunity, no error. Now be careful, be punctilious in this case. If words like avail or introduce are there, so you should always use some self word in relation to the subject. That means the self word must be subject oriented. Now what I am going to say, if I just break this word she, you will find she can be transferred into self word like herself. She can be transferred into the self word like herself. This is actually called the reflexive pronoun. Self word has two categories. Sometimes it functions as emphatic pronoun, sometimes it functions as reflexive pronoun, depending on the syntax or sentence construction. Here the sentence construction is telling you the fact that it is nothing but a reflexive pronoun. So be careful whenever the word avail is there, you have to use one self word, and the self word functions as the reflexive pronoun. So here the self word is missing. So if self word is missing, so it will be a big mistake. Okay. So you have to add this self word. So this is the mistake. That means the mistake lies here. Now if I just go for the next question, dear students, it's a vocative case. Enjoy during the holidays. This is called the preposition, participial preposition, not the hardcore preposition, but the participial preposition. Enjoy is called the verb. Now in case of enjoy, the case is same with the word avail. That means you have to write some self word in relation to the subjects. So here, dear students, enjoy yourself. You can say the self word must be in relation to the subject or with the something referred to, or with something or with the person referred to. The self word must be in relation to the subject. If it is not related to the subject, then in that case it must be related to something or to the thing referred to or to the person referred to. Here, dear students already in the plural form, so we can easily write the word themselves. Themselves. It is also functioning here as reflexive pronoun. Reflexive pronoun. So you have to be very careful about this application. Now if I just go for the next question, neither of the boys has submitted their records. Whenever we are going to use neither nor either or in this way, so the subject must be singular in nature. So whenever the subject is singular in nature, we cannot write there because there refers to some plural subject. So this is the mistake here. We have already written has. So it is because of has, you can understand that the subject is already functioning as a singular word. If the subject had functioned as the plural word, instead of has, had or not had would have been there or might have been there. But here, instead of had, has is there. So the subject is functioning as a singular word. Now, whenever the subject is functioning as singular word, so the mistake automatically lies here. This means neither of the boys his. So here the mistake. Now if I just go for the next question, she helped everyone of those boys in doing their work. She helped everyone of those boys in doing their work. Now be careful. Here everyone is meant by the word there, by the pronoun there. So everyone cannot be tagged as there. Everyone can be tagged as his or her. But as in English some masculine influence is there, we generally say his. Okay. So everyone is a kind of pronoun, you can say. Everyone is particularly tagged or something like that. Tagged by the pronoun there is a great mistake. So instead of everyone, instead of there, it should be his. So this is a mistake. There is no mistake in this case. There is no mistake in this case. But the mistake lies here. So instead of his, there, it should be his. Everyone, whenever everyone is there, everyone and everybody, it should be tagged, like I'm going to that, should be tagged as his, not there. So this is the mistake. Now if I just go for the last question, if I were him, I would not misbehave like this. Now if I just analyze the sentence to a little extent, you will find that the sentence is basically called the fictitious sentences in English literature. Fictitious sentence. Fictitious sentence. Okay. Now here it is functioning here as subject. It is also functioning here as subject. Not the main subject, but also functioning here as a subject. So whenever him is functioning here, if I were you, if I were Sachin Tendulkar, if I were he, so it should be like this, that instead of him, he should be written. As he has four forms: he, him, his, his. It is the subjective form. It is the object. It is the possessive. It is also the double possessive. So you have to be very choosy and selective during the time of exam. Now if I just go for analyzing the question in short, we should say the first answer, one another, in case of one another, more than two things or 2% are there. Here 2% are there, but not more than two. So instead of one another, we should write each other. In case of avail or enjoy, some self word must be there in relation to the subject or at least to the personal thing referred to. So here self word she can be metamorphosed. She can be tagged as herself. On the other hand, students can be student can be transferred or can be tagged as themselves. So here themselves can be the word as self word. So here this is the mistake lies here. In case of neither or not, generally it functions as the singular subject. So in case of singular subject, we cannot write there. Again, the same mistake lies in the next question with the pronoun everyone. Everyone, in case of everyone, it is generally singular in nature and it is tagged as a singular one. So we should write his, not there. So should be tagged as his, not there. And it is based on the fictitious sentence. Here it is also functioning as a subject, not the main subject, but subject. You can say, but you can say better. You can better language. Not the subject. You can say better that you can say that it's the subjective predicate or something like that. It's a predicative part. If we do not consider the subject, if we consider the subject, it is only this. I is the subject. In that case, he should not be the subject, but still subjective form must be there. So it is called, you can say that is called a subjective predicate, you can say. So here him, instead of him, he should be the answer. So as it is also functioning here as a secondary subject. I would not misbehave like this. So it is based on the fictitious thing. That means I am thinking of what I am not. So this is my class for the day. If you have any queries, you can make your comments in the comments box. So keep waiting for my next class. If you think my class is useful, you can share my videos with the person needed most. Tomorrow I will come up with some more ideas. Till then, have a very good day.